first air sign, Libra. We're gonna start with Libra. Go Libra. Go Libra. Alright, this is going to be a general reading for Librarians. Right? Okay? If this is your Libra Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, then to each their own. This also could be a love reading. That does seem to come out. We are going to cleanse the deck one more time. I'm going to use some native sage. God, don't burn my thing. My sarape. Okay. We're going to do some sound waves cleansing. Okay, here we go. Alright, Spirit Guides, what we got for our collective Libra? Collective Libra. Collectively. And if it doesn't come out, I'm going to do the duck, duck, duck. If you've watched any other videos, you'll know what the duck, duck, duck is. I'm going to flip it out how it is, okay? We have the Knight of Wands, the Star, and the Five of Wands in reverse. Interesting. Straight off the bat, it looks like you're seeing your goals, your aspirations, the end result, right? And to get there, you're protecting yourself at the same time as striving forward. You realize that to get to where you want to be, you can't be a completely open book. You're realizing that you can't open all your windows with no screen to everyone you meet, you know, to everyone you vibe with, right? You're realizing that in order to get to where you need to be, you also have to have some armor. But also notice with this Knight of Wands that you can still see his face. You can still see, you know, the emotions in his eyes, the vulnerability. I know you can't see it, but I can. You know, you're not hiding your face. You're not hiding how you feel. You know, you're not hiding any of that, but you're still protecting yourself. You know, you're extremely, what's the word? I don't want to say vulnerable. That's not what I'm looking for. You're extremely authentic, right? While still protecting yourself because you see the end result that you want. You see the star. You see the big goals. And you know how you want to get there. Then you got the Five of Wands in reverse. You know, I think what has caused you to go into this Knight of Wands protection mode has been a lot of conflict with either you and other people, or conflict that you've seen other people go through that are really close to you. Maybe family, maybe your parents, maybe, you know, friends. You know, maybe there's been conflict in your life that have been really like, you're like, I'm not trying to re-experience that again. I'm not trying to feel the way I felt in that moment again. Like, that's not going to help propel me. That's going to keep me stuck, right? So I think that's a good job, Libra. Good job getting through that. Good job getting through that. Okay? This could be with a past lover as well, you know? You can be, like, say you're dating people, but you're not fully opening up right away, you know, because you've done that in the past and it's created pretty toxic relationships with a lot of fighting, you know. I think it's time to do the duck, duck, duck. Oh, every time I say that, I'm gonna read it as it is. Alright, first thing I see, 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands in reverse, 3 of Cups in reverse. Then we got the Empress in the upright. Okay. Then we have the 4 of Cups in upright and the Moon card. And then I'm going to pull one last card to complete the 9 cards is the Death card. Okay, in upright. Alright, Libra. I think you have become pretty stern with yourself. You know, you've become pretty stern. You're like, all right. There's a time and place for partying. There's a time and place to celebrate my victories, you know. There's a time and place to partake into and indulge, you know, to let loose. And that's how you've begin and are able to step into this Empress energy. You're like, I know my worth, and I know that requires self-discipline in order for me to be in my worth. Again, this Empress is not just for females, it could also be for males, you know. It's like knowing your worth. It could be the nurture side of things. It could be the, you know, the power, the powerfulness. The diva energy. You're like, in order to maintain my Empress energy, like, there has to be a time and place where, like, when I choose to partake, you know, maybe smoking or drinking or whatnot, or hanging out with friends, you know, and you're like, and these are in reverse maybe because you've probably dealt with, like, overindulging in those areas. Maybe you're, like, always finding a time to, oh, I need to go do this, I need to go do that, I need to go do this, oh, I want to see them, I'm gonna make time for them, and then you get home and you're like, oh my god, I can't finish my homework, or oh my god, like, I slept through my alarm because I was partying all night, and now my boss is mad at me and my job's at risk, stuff like that, right? But it seems like what I'm getting is that you've already learned this lesson, and you're stepping into that the Empress. I was about to say High Priestess. The Empress energy. Okay? Then we have the 4 of Cups upright, the Moon, and the Death card. Okay? It seems like what I'm getting for this is, although you are stepping into your Empress energy and you've stepped into it and yourself self-disciplined, okay? It seems like although this is all happening and you're doing great with that, and you're completing all the tasks you gotta do, what's hard is the unknown is still hard to deal with, because you're kind of like, what the heck, bro? Like, I have the discipline now, you know, I know what I gotta do. I'm changing my routine, I'm changing the way I go about things, but yet these cups in front of me are kind of empty. And with the Moon card, that could be something that you don't foresee coming, you know? That could be something that you're like, what the heck? And then we have the Death card. So maybe this is a foretelling of maybe someone's going to pass away. I mean, I'm not trying to say predict or, you know, help perpetuate that in any way. But also death, of course, every card has its reversal meaning. This can mean life, right? The moon, feminine energy. You know, the darker side of sometimes the things we hide, right? But also feminine energy, nurture, nighttime. You know, we as humans, we like to shift a lot when it comes between day and night. Some people are able to relax more into themselves at night. Some people become a little evil Knievel-y at night, whatever that might be. But it says here, maybe at night, because of this 4 of Cups, you know, the story of the 4 of Cups, which I've heard many times, and so I'm going to repeat it so that other people can hear it, is that the person, there's 4 of Cups. The person is noticing that the 3 cups in front of his face are empty, and he's kind of like down. He's kind of like, oh man, like, why is life always gonna be like this? Like, I'm doing everything I gotta do. Then from the clouds, what he doesn't see in the corner of his eye is Spirit is handing you the fourth cup, right? And what I always get from this card is that it's time to also ask for guidance and to, you know, be grateful for the ancestors that have passed before you. Grateful for what's actually given to you that you can't see. Everything that's given to us that we can't see are some of the best things in life, right? You can't really pinpoint, see the emotion of love, right? People can depict it, they can try to depict it within, you know, paintings or expressions or acts of service, right? There's these love languages because we're trying to translate what love, which is an entity, which is a feeling that you can't see, but it's there. It's always there. It's always there, right? It can sometimes be hard to remember that love is always there when we are fed a lot of fear-based stuff. I know a lot of people say this and everybody's waking up to it already, but it's true. Sometimes we gotta repeat that. You know, we really gotta repeat that. This moon card, there's a scorpion and there's a dog and there's a coyote, right? And I think the difference between the dog and the coyote is one is more tamed and the other is a lot more wild and can less loyal. You know, the coyote is a little more like ooh, 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 you know? And that scorpion energy, sometimes I get scorpion energy as well, there are 6, 7, 8. There's 8 arms on the scorpion on the Scorpio. And 8 is, like, you know, the number of uniqueness. When you flip it to the side, it becomes the infinity. So to me, that's also like the karma, the wheel of karma. So if, you know, if you're vengeful, if you want to kind of pico to someone, if you're trying to pinch someone, if your darker side of the moon is kind of trying to tell you to get revenge or to protect yourself as a revenge, you know, because if you've been hurt, just know that everybody has a loyal dog side to them, and everybody has a coyote, which is a not so loyal side. And that's just part of being human, right? And in order to forgive your own side, you gotta also forgive other people's coyote side. You know? Lastly, again with this death card, I just take it as life, a new beginning. Something is gonna end. Something is gonna end. Maybe you're gonna graduate. That's what that death card is talking about. The death of, you know, this studious, rigorous study, you know. And therefore, it's like a beginning to something else. And it's like, sometimes that can be kind of like hard for people who have been in school for a very long time. And they're kind of like, what the heck do I do now? Like, you know, how do I proceed with this degree, you know? Let's continue with this. I don't need to keep milking the cow. Whoa. Spirit guides, what else can we share with our Librans? Oh, ooh. Okay. Alright. Okay. 6 of Wands in reverse, the Chariot, King of Pentacles. If you are currently in a relationship with someone, right, I'd be careful. You know, I'd be careful with this. Careful of anyone trying to take advantage of you, you know, maybe your money, Librans. All this hard work, that, you know, this self-discipline. Be careful if someone's trying to take your money, you know. If they're just trying to use you to, like, I don't know, see the world. If they're just trying to use you for, like, a place to live, you know. And maybe this death card is referring to that, is that you're going to have to put an end to a relationship where although you love them and you love what they do bring to the table, they're taking more than what they're giving. You know, with that 10 of Swords. I'd be careful with that. I'd be careful with that, right? But also what I get from this is, if you are holding on to grudges, Librans, that energy can be prohibiting you from being the King of Pentacles you want to be, from, you know, becoming the millionaire, right? If you're holding on to, well, that person treated me this way, or that I heard from the grapevine that, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta figure things out for yourself. Sometimes you gotta give things a second chance. Just because someone else was backstabbed doesn't mean that person hasn't changed and they can treat you a completely different way. So those are very different messages, so take it as resonates. These are kind of timeless as well. This could have happened in the past. But I'd like to say that this is, like, to me, the way I look at these is, it's definitely within your lifetime. We're not talking about past lives here. We're not talking about future lives here. I mean, we could be. Sometimes I like to think that I'm doing tarot for the spirit realm, the people who have already passed, you know? All those Librans who have already passed, and they're like, do mine, do mine, do mine, do mine. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I am. Okay, okay. I think we're gonna have to do the duck, duck, duck. Goose. Ooh. 7 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, 7 of Cups in reverse. Someone can be taking advantage of your goods, right? They can see, oh, I love Libra's aesthetic. Oh, I love Libra's stuff. I love the way that they are so thoughtful. Oh, I love what Libra chooses to partake in. I love their daily rituals. And then that love could turn into jealousy. Maybe someone's extremely jealous. Ooh. Okay, we got the Ace of Swords upright, but then we got the Devil in reverse. Yeah, I mean, my advice for what you don't see coming is be careful that you're not being used right now for everything you have to offer. You know, I think Librans are gifted with this ability to make physical things and objects very special. They're able to give importance to, like, you know, like some people would be like, oh, these dead roses, like, just compost them or throw them or crush them up, or, you know, give them to the dogs, you know, feed them to the dogs. But then other people are like, no, those are gorgeous. Look how delicate that is. A Libran can be like, no, this is precious. You know, they're still standing up straight, tall. They're still standing up tall. You know, they still smell. They don't really smell, but this Ace of Swords, oh yeah, I think this is telling you to protect yourself, protect your throne, protect your crown. You know, again, this is coming from a cloud. Let your ancestors help you. Ask your family for advice, right? Family, soul family, you know, the people you find closest, the people who you know are for sure not taking advantage of you. I'm just like, just be careful, you know, someone could be stealing from you without you knowing, and when are you gonna say enough is enough, you know? When are you gonna be like, all right, I like my stuff, I work hard for it, you know? Or just don't let people take you for granted. This could be why we have a lot of that protection energy here in the beginning. Why you've chosen to become the Empress. Maybe you've chosen to kind of like become more inward, you know, because people have taken advantage of you, and like the way you value people and stuff around you, you know, other people are noticing, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And don't let their jealousy deter you. Alright, that's all I have to say about that one. Thank you, Libra. But we're going to do a cannabis oracle metaphysical card. Okay? And this is also for all the non-smokers too, or partakers in cannabis. These cards are great for anyone and everyone. Okay? A lot of the times I don't even mention, the cannabis plant. I just want to say that in case people are like super turned off by it. Because, I don't want to just buy something that's like only focused on, distracting the mind or whatnot. Okay, there's a lot of them that came out here. We're going to do it in order. We have the Spirit, the Act card is in reverse, right? Then we have the Transformation, Ikkyu, upright, Sorcery, Revolution, upright. We have Nana Baruku, Essence in reverse. Oya, which is projection in reverse. We have Bliss, Trust, which is in reverse. And then the last one is Tradition. Aduru Sin Sin, which is upright. Alright. A lot of times reversals to me, especially with these cards, aren't bad. A lot of times I look at reversals as, again, the spirit realm. Almost like, what do they say in that one show? Stranger Things. They call it like the the reverse world, something like that. The other side, right? The upside down, something like that. So maybe some of you has a grandmother who has passed into the spirit realm. Okay? I'm only gonna read this Aduru Sin Sin tradition. Aduru Sin Sin tradition. Oh, I almost opened up to it. There it is. Okay. 31. It says, although many roads lead to the same place, the throne, they are all unique and powerful. Traditions keep our legacy alive, and through our students, we pass down the gifts of song, recipes, and even this deck. Aduru Sin Sin comes to you when you are asked to recognize the importance of the connection we all have with every heartbeat of each person on the planet. In the crown sits a cannabis leaf with a rose quartz heart, resting over a large owl feather. The rose quartz has a spiral etched into the crystal which serves to remind you of the continuity of cosmic forces. The cannabis leaf heralds the energy of the heart space and expands the mind's programming to go deeper into learning. Aduru Sin Sin seeks authenticity and integrity in order to fully live this human experience. When this card appears, ask yourself, where do my truths lie? Can I make meditation a daily self-care ritual? Do I see value in the cultural traditions? Am I ready to experience the benefits of being disciplined? Alright, if you guys can't pick up the resignation with the reading there, I don't know what to tell you. I know how to breathe. I promise. I know how to breathe. Alright, let's do some Pokemon Story Collection book. I'm just gonna tell most collectives that I got this book for my son, and he was always pointing it to every single Pokemon character, and he's always like, what's that? Who's that? What's this? What's that? What's that? And so I got really into like reading each one, right? Every time he said, what's that? What's that? What's that? And so now I'm going to give you each a Pokemon every time we read. So what is Libra's Pokemon of the day? Hey, hey, hey. Treco. Has a thick tail, but what you really have to watch out for are its feet. It uses tiny hooks on its feet to climb trees and can attack from above. Look out below! Draco category wood gecko Pokemon. Height 1 foot 8 inches. Weight 11 pounds. Type is a grass Pokemon. Super cool. Here are the pictures. Alright, thank you, Librans.